Welcome back to the Breaking Through podcast, brought to you by yours truly, Kalen Devine. We're on episode 3. Episode 3, baby. We're going to call this the AI episode, you feel me? Allen Iverson, shout out to him, you know. And who else wore number 3? Let me think. Babe Ruth, okay. Babe Ruth, you know what I'm saying? Who else? I don't even know. AI, first one to come to mind, AI, we already know. When we talk about AI, we're not talking about artificial intelligence neither. We talking about Allen Iverson for the Sixers, you feel me? Welcome back, y'all. Hope y'all had a good week. My week was pretty good. Can't complain by any means. Let me know how y'all week was. If you're new here, like, comment, subscribe. If you're not new here, like, comment, subscribe. I know that there's some of y'all watching this that are choosing not to subscribe. I don't know why, but y'all should subscribe, you feel me? Today, we got an interesting topic at hand. We are talking about men and their emotions. It's interesting. I had a little altercation the other day, right? It wasn't nothing serious, but it leads me to this topic, right? So the other day, I'm getting ready to leave. I'm going to the gym. Go out my apartment complex, make a right. There's a car blocking the exit way, right? So I'm just thinking to myself, all right, I'm gonna let him chill for a little bit. Maybe he don't know that I'm there. Who knows? Give him 15 seconds, nothing happens. So I honk my horn, beep, beep. He moves out the way a little bit, and then I just swerve around him, right? So when I swerve around him, I'm like, stop right here. There's another car that is in the process of, I think they're like readjusting, right? So I can't go forward to get up out of here. So I look over my shoulder to see what is going on with the dude that I just honked at, right? I'm trying to see what's popping. And he's livid. I mean, pressed out of his mind, right? Like yelling, screaming, flipping me off, taking off his seatbelt, about to get out the car. So in that situation, I'm like, ooh, I'm aware. So what I should do is I'm gonna go straight and get up out the mix, but I can't because I'm blocked off, right? I'm like, damn, blocked off. Not finna reverse because of the way that he's parked too. So I'm like, you know what, it is what it is. I'm gonna get out my car since he's getting out his. So he got out his car, I get out my car, I'm like, yo, bro, what's going on? He's like, bro, what's your problem? Like, I left enough room, bro, I left enough room. Now, he is escalated, y'all. Like, he is on level 10 right now. Escalated. Wada wada whoop. I'm like, whoa, bro, hold on. There was not enough room. If there was enough room, I would have just skedaddled around, got about the mix. But I couldn't because you were blocking the way. So that's why I honked my horn. I even waited 15 seconds. I didn't know what you were doing. You could have been doing something, right? So he's like, nah, bro, you wanted to start this mess. You flipping me off and all this and that. And then that's when I started to get a little bit irritated, right? I'm like, bro, I know you're lying because you can't see in my car. I have tinted windows, you can't see in my car. So now you're lying to justify your actions of you being upset and all this and that because you were blocking the exit way, bro. All I did was honk to get up out the way. I couldn't move, you getting out your car. And so now that you out your car, I'm out my car, now we both here, right? He's yelling and all this and that. I'm like, bro, I just need to, let you know that, like, I'm only out my car because you got out of yours. You're bringing a certain type of energy, but do not be mad when somebody gives you the same energy back. It makes no sense, bro. Like, you warranted an energy. If you're going to be about the energy at all times. He's like, you know what? You're right. Bro, I'm sorry. It's just a nice day outside. I'm trying to enjoy my daughter. I said, bro, it's cool. I'm gonna go about my day, you go about your day. I don't know you, you don't know me. Hope you have a blessed day. It is what it is. I get in the car, I'm driving off and I'm just thinking like, yo, that could have gone anyway. Like, that could have gone anyway because of emotions. And that's why we're here today, to talk about emotions and men, and specifically more of men dealing with their emotions, right? And it's crazy because when I reflect back on that situation, like, I got out my car too. I could have just waited in the car because I couldn't escape or drive off, right? I could have. That probably would have been the smartest thing to do, just wait in my car. But I let the energy elevate and I got out my car. Now, granted, I know I wasn't mad and yelling. I wasn't like frustrated. I was a little bit annoyed, irritated, right? Small stuff like that. But I still got out of the car. I don't know him. He don't know me. Who knows how that could have gone, right? So at the end of the day, it made me think about, damn, do we as men even think about our emotions? Do we even think about our emotions? And then I thought about all the conversations that I've had with my boys, men that walk this world, that walk this earth, trying to be better men on, you know, being in tune with your emotions, being in touch with your emotions and stuff like that. And it's crazy. Like in the Black community specifically, we're taught from a young age that feelings don't matter. We need to put the feelings aside. Don't cry. Like even in my own personal story, like growing up, I heard don't cry so much as a kid. Like us Snows don't cry. We don't cry. We ain't got time for that. You crying, it don't matter, right? All of that. Heard that my entire life to the point now where like, if you see a tear coming down my face, something's wrong. Check it on the boy. Welfare check ASAP. Because I don't cry. Like if I'm crying, it's to the extreme. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like I don't do it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to withhold, and I'm very in tune with my emotions and how I'm feeling, and I have a very good awareness. So like, if there's a situation that is enough for me to cry, I'm gonna cry for sure. But it just doesn't come natural. And I was taught we don't cry. Us Snows don't cry. So we need to talk about that. The things that we're taught, like emotions don't matter. Put your feelings aside. I don't have time for your emotions right now. I don't have time for your feelings right now. We don't cry. You know, it's looked at and taught to us as a sign of weakness, right? As a sign of weakness. And with that being the case and it being a sign of weakness from how we're taught, it's really up to us to change the narrative. Like, being in tune with your emotions and being aware of your emotions doesn't make you weak. Having feelings and having emotions doesn't make you weak. It's a form of inner reflection and self-reflection and feeling the temp throughout moments and altercations and situations and relationships and dynamics and all of that as a whole. All right? And we move better as men when we are in tune with our emotions and understand what's going on at the moment in time that the emotions are arising, right? Like, when it comes down to that, it makes a difference in just how we move, right? Like, if you're a man trying to be a leader in this world, you're following your purpose, you're here to lead and protect, you have to be aware of your emotions. You have to be. Because if you're not aware of your emotions can get the best of you and you can lose it all. You can lose it all. Like, imagine this, like, you've been working hard at your goal for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, you know what I'm saying? You Kobe with it. You ain't shooting, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym, you know what I'm saying? You Kobe with it. You don't work to get to the top and be extremely successful in the line of field that you're in. Let me ask you something. You gonna throw it all away because you let your emotions get the best of you? I don't think so. No, sirski, absolutely not. Not letting that happen, right? Like, when it comes down to that, you have to have emotional balance. You gotta be aware, right? Because if you're not aware and you let your emotions get the best of you, so many things can happen. You can lose your life, dog. People losing their life over emotions. Losing their life. You lose your relationship, your wife, you know, everything that you've worked for. Imagine working so hard for 20 years to get to the top of the chain, just to have it all come crashing down because you didn't know how to handle your emotions, right? And it's interesting to me because some men just really don't care. And I'm telling you right now that you have to care. Because if you're trying to be a man that leads others down whatever path you're trying to lead them down, if you're trying to be the leader of your household, leader of your family, you're gonna have to be in tune with your emotions, dog. The same way that you gotta be in tune with emotions in general, right? Like, change the narrative. Just because we were taught that back in the day don't mean that's what it has to be right now. Change the narrative. Just because we were taught that we need to be cold-blooded doesn't mean that you can't learn your emotions right now and be emotional or even have a balance. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be all the way to the left and be cold-blooded. You don't want to be all the way to the left, cold-blooded, heartless. You don't want to be all to the right, being emotional either. Because when you're emotional and you act out of your emotions, you make irrational decisions. How many times have people been in a relationship where they've said some fucked up shit because they were speaking out of emotion? You know what I'm saying? Like, that happens all the time. And it all comes down to your emotional awareness, right? And having balance. Everything's about balance within moderation of life, right? Like, don't want to be all the way to the left, don't want to be all the way to the right, want to be right in that center pocket, right? And just having that. And overall, like, being emotional-less is a hindrance to your growth, you know? Like, for me personally, like, with me growing up and being told, like, not to necessarily, be in tune with my emotions, it makes me weak and all this and that. I grew up, and for a lot of my life, for a long time, I was literally heartless. Like, nothing mattered to me. Like, how I moved with people and stuff like that mattered, obviously. Like, I had, hopes and dreams and shit like that. But, like, when it came down to, like, me being emotional, I didn't care. Didn't care at all. And with who I am now, no one would expect that, right? But it took a lot of inner reflection. And I'm gonna tell y'all, like, without going into the story, I had a really, really, really close friend of mine that I hurt super bad. And me hurting them and seeing what I put them through, all because I was unaware of my emotions, was not okay. And it hurt me. And that was the first time where, like, I was, like, stunned. I was like, whoa, let me figure out, like, what's going on here, because how I'm feeling on the inside is painful. It hurts. But not only am I the one that's hurt right now, my friend is hurt too. And that is what triggered the emotional response of, like, yo, bro, you really gotta learn your actions. You really need to learn about your actions. No, my bad. You really need to learn about your emotions and see how your actions are affecting other people when it comes down to that. Because you just crossed the line, crossed the boundary, right? And ever since then, I've just practiced being aware of what comes my way. If somebody just said what? If somebody just said something, why do I feel that way? You just said what? You just said what? Say it again, right? Like, on some we can throw hands type shit. It don't matter, right? Like, okay, that hurt. That made me mad, right? And then understanding that, like, when I am overwhelmed with emotions, I have to sit there and overthink to get through the emotions, because it's anxiety relieving to me, right? Like, some people, overthinking is anxiety inducing. When they start to overthink, things just pile up. For me, when I start to overthink, things just start to go away, because I always put these words, like, I'm a strategic thinker. Like, I try to think of solutions and plans to make things happen and get out the way of stuff. And when I'm doing that, it makes all my emotions that are current go away, right? And it's not gonna be that way for everybody, right? But the only way that you're gonna know if it's working or what to do is by being able to actually process your emotions. And there's a couple different ways to do it. Like, write down how you're feeling. When the emotion waves hit, if you can't process it right then and there, like write down, well, go through the emotions, right? Later on when you're by yourself or something like that, you got some downtime, write down how you was feeling, jot it down in a notebook. Do that consistently and you're gonna start to see patterns. You can identify patterns. It's all about identifying, right? Do that. If you don't, like writing stuff down, do a voice memo in your phone. Literally, voice memo on your phone, put that thing up, start talking like, yo, I don't even know, but shorty made me mad today. I don't even know why, but I'm not with it. I think I'm gonna cut her off. I don't know, like it just, you can literally just notate your life and your emotions down and then go back and listen to it and try to figure that out, right? There's a book called The Body Keeps Score, and I'm not finished with the book. I haven't even read a lot of it, but the book is all about how trauma is stored inside the body. And with trauma being stored inside the body, if you don't take time to learn about your emotions and deep dive into your trauma, you're never going to be able to move past the stuff that's stored within. You know what I'm saying? You could end up turning into a Sprite bottle with some Mentos poured in it, just explode. It don't even matter. You don't even know what's going on. It's just going crazy. But that's because you let it build up and everything's stored within inside. So I challenge y'all to work on your emotions. And as men, we need to. Like, you can't expect to be, as a man, you can't expect to be in a healthy, flourishing relationship if you don't understand emotions. It's just not going to work. You need to be able to communicate your wants and needs. You need to be able to communicate with your partner about their wants and needs. You need to be able to have a, well-balanced conversation to figure it out. And that starts with understanding emotions and then understanding how you internalize it. And after you internalize it, how does it actually come out? Then how is it perceived? Oh, so-and-so said that when you said this, it made them feel that way. Okay, it's not perceived the best, so maybe we should change our delivery. Whatever it may look like, right? All the way to emotional availability. Like, how you expect somebody to be available for you if you're not even available for them, let alone not available emotionally? It's not gonna work. Like, it's just not going to work. It's not going to be healthy, right? And I think that's what we all strive for in life, just healthy, balanced relationships, healthy, balanced life, even beyond relationship, even when it comes to business. Like, can you imagine losing $1 million deal? $1 million deal because you don't know how to handle your emotions. Crazy. That sounds crazy, but it happens all the time. Look at what my boy said. My boy said this today. The Anthony Edwards situation. You know what I'm saying? I think they were losing in the playoffs or something like that. Came swaying the chair. Whether it hit or didn't hit nobody, there's no way. Like, there's no way that you should not be able to have control of your emotions. Control of them, right? Even when they're at the highest form of when they're active. There we go. When they're active. When they are absolutely active and they're going crazy, you got to be able to feel it and internalize it. And I get it, y'all. From man to man, I get it. We're told to not talk about our emotions, but I'm telling you right now, it takes a little bit of self-work to learn about your emotions, and you can navigate them and know how to internalize them and know how to move with them and navigate with them and let them flow and understand that the emotions are neither good or bad. It's just gonna make your life 100 times better. And that's what we strive for, a peaceful life. You can't have peace in your life without knowing your emotions, and can't let your emotions get the best of you, right? Just can't let the emotions get the best of you. So, I just had to get that off my chest. That interaction was interesting to me, and I was like, yo, we just need to do a better job of it. I do have some healthy practices that I put into place to manage my emotions that I'd be willing to share. You know what I'm saying? Reach out. I got y'all for sure. But change the narrative. It's time to change the narrative. I know what we're taught, but just because we were taught that doesn't mean it has to end that way. Ever. You feel me? So, episode 3, Break It Through podcast, where we water our own seeds for growth and reflect on the truth. And that's what we're doing today. You feel me? So, like I said, if you're new here, please like, comment, subscribe, share this with your people. At some point down the road, you will definitely be able to get these on like Spotify, Apple Music, and stuff like that. But right now, we're just working on the visuals. But I can see who's subscribed and I can see who's not. I can see it. And if it's any of my homeboys, we're gonna have a problem. No, I'm playing. Do what you gotta do, but at the end of the day, just spread the word. Whether you're subscribed or not, spread the word. Brought to you by Kaylin Divine. 3rd week. Next week we going into June, and I got some stuff for y'all. Whatever is gonna be coming to mind. It's gonna be interesting. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I got it all mapped out right here for June, but I'm gonna let y'all have the rest of the weekend to do y'all things. Going into Memorial Weekend, I hope y'all have a great Memorial Day. If y'all celebrating, if y'all out there, drinking and turning up, just be safe. You feel me? Brought to you by yours truly, Kaylin Divine. I'm out of here.